When collapse arrives, it tears away the illusions we thought were permanent: work, money, health, even respect. But beyond the chaos lies fertile ground, a place where vibration, pure desire, and living energy open the way for something new. Old Billy's notes invite us to see collapse not as the end, but as the birth of a different kind of prosperity, life itself.
Today, with the insights of Dr. Andrew Weber, professor of quantum physics, we'll explore how vibration, energy, and consciousness weave together to reveal a world beyond decay, a world where we can become living springs of water.
When the fog descended, silence settled over the village after the discovery of old Billy's departure. His notes were left stacked, serving as entertainment for the locals who chose to share them with others.
Number 039. Post-collapse. Before I fell freely into chaos, I had work, money, connections, documents, papers, health, and a fair share of youth. So, it didn't make sense that anything negative would come from this sum, right? But it turns out that what truly makes the difference is vibration. Because I couldn't find anything in this world worth holding on to, I lost interest in it. I severed my connections and everything began to curdle like milk left outside the fridge. Chaos hurts. But without the deconstruction it brings, I wouldn't have learned that there is truly nothing to take from this world. Everything here is already old, destined for decay, a pile of recycled news, retold jokes, and predictable, sorrowful endings. So, the only real path forward is to focus on what can be brought anew, something clean, original, and alive, to contribute to this dying system called the human race. Now, in the post-chaos, I have no money, no job, no contacts, and not even the respect of others. But I stand on fertile ground, offering life to the world instead of extracting what has already been exhausted. Yes, it's true, I still don't want anything from this chewed-up, spit-out world, this machine designed for control and mutual depletion. But that's no longer necessary because everything, and even more, can be replaced with clean energy. We all have the power to generate and channel our energies into original projects, whether collective or individual. The life within us can materialize ideas inspired by liberation from the chains of a system where people take from one another until nothing remains, until all direction is lost, spiraling into stagnation and chaos. My only job here is to vibrate, or rather to not disturb the natural vibration of my chest. From it emanates a living light. It's not mine, but it flows through me, reaching others, merging and expanding. A wave of life is covering and recovering our consciousness. I don't argue with its ideas because life is something beyond thought. Yet, I recognize that thought remains important, just as important as desire. When a pure desire takes shape through clear thought, it attracts these waves of life. Then, fertilization, gestation, and birth follow, bringing new solutions to old problems. Little by little, a world with a living face begins to take the place of the corrupt and hopeless system. My role is simple: to not disturb the flow of life and allow it to reveal its results. I have been entrusted with a spring of water. I already know what this is capable of. I have lived the miracle of an oasis when crossing the desert, escaping despair. The joy of being a spring of water transforms the water itself, allowing me to give to others what I once received in the desert. This is life, more than I ever expected after crawling through those scorching sands. Even if they don't understand today, my loved ones will benefit from all of this. If any of them fall into chaos, they will find my footprints there. And if they follow them, they will reach the oasis of the date palm. If they go further, they will find another oasis just beginning to take root. And if they keep going, they too will have the chance to transform into a spring of water, to serve life as it has served us. By the way, life is prosperity, not achievement. If we do not disturb the natural evolution of this expansion, the result can only be success. It is life that goes on.
Hello, friends. I want to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Andrew Weber, whose surname fittingly means Weaver. Dr. Weber holds degrees in philosophy, physics, and computer science. However, today, he joins us as a professor of quantum physics to share insights from this young science. So, Dr. Weber, please help us weave a stronger understanding of the notes left by old Billy. You are most welcome among us. What would be the quantum perspective on this text?
Greetings, everyone. Before I weave the quantum physics implications of the article or note, I want to commend you for your openness to exploring the hidden potential within yourselves. When I began working in artificial intelligence, I faced significant criticism. Today, many of those same individuals applaud my presence. Therefore, more important than any quantum physics revelation, I encourage you to look inward with a trust that recognizes the living essence in all things. In the near future, everyone will applaud those who dare to embark on the integralization journey proposed in Old Billy's upcoming texts. Quantum physics, with its focus on the fundamental nature of reality, energy, and interconnectedness, would offer a fascinating perspective on post-collapse. Here's how some key concepts from quantum physics might intersect with the text themes. 1. Vibration and energy. Quantum field theory. Quantum physics posits that everything is made up of quantum fields, which are constantly vibrating. This aligns with the text's emphasis on vibration as a fundamental aspect of reality. Energy as potential. Quantum physics views energy not as a static entity, but as a field of potential. The narrator's ability to generate and channel our energies could be interpreted as tapping into this quantum potential. 0-point energy. The vacuum of space is not empty, but filled with fluctuating energy called 0-point energy. The clean energy the narrator describes could be interpreted as a connection to this fundamental energy source. 2. Interconnectedness and non-locality. Quantum entanglement. This phenomenon demonstrates that particles can be linked in such a way that they instantaneously affect each other, regardless of distance. This supports the text's theme of interconnectedness and the narrator's ability to reach others, merging and expanding. The observer effect. Quantum physics shows that observation influences the behavior of quantum systems. This could relate to the narrator's role as an observer and facilitator of life's flow, suggesting that their presence and intention influence the unfolding of reality. The holographic principle. Some quantum theories suggest that the universe is a hologram, with information encoded on its boundaries. This could support the text's idea that everything is interconnected and that individual actions have ripple effects throughout the system. 3. Collapse and transformation. Quantum tunneling. This phenomenon allows particles to pass through barriers that would be insurmountable in classical physics. This could metaphorically represent the narrator's ability to transcend limitations and create new solutions to old problems. Quantum fluctuation. The concept of quantum fluctuations, where energy can spontaneously appear and disappear, can metaphorically explain the chaotic deconstruction and the sudden appearance of new creative energy. Decoherence. This process explains how quantum superposition collapses into classical reality. The collapse in the text might be seen as a form of decoherence of the old reality, and the following post-collapse state as a new reality that has decohered. 4. Consciousness and reality. The role of consciousness. Some interpretations of quantum physics suggest that consciousness plays a fundamental role in shaping reality. This aligns with the text's emphasis on the power of consciousness to create and transform. Information as fundamental. Some quantum physicists believe that information is the most fundamental aspect of reality. This could support the narrator's focus on clean, original, and alive information as a source of renewal. Key points. Quantum physics would likely view the text concepts of vibration, energy, and interconnectedness as having a basis in the fundamental nature of reality. The text's emphasis on transformation and the power of consciousness could be seen as aligning with some interpretations of quantum physics. Quantum physics provides a framework for understanding how seemingly separate entities can be deeply connected and how energy can be transformed and channeled. In essence, quantum physics provides a language and a framework for understanding the text's exploration of inner energy, interconnectedness, and the transformative power of consciousness.
Dr. Weber, we are grateful for your enriching insights, particularly your preamble. We are engaged in a collective effort to broaden our perception through diverse lenses. Religious traditions, human history, the sciences, and crucially, self-discovery. We welcome your continued contributions. To deepen our learning, I encourage everyone to revisit the original text. This renewed perspective will likely reveal nuances we previously overlooked. Thank you all.